1.1, the second problem. Okay, if A matrix is this and B is this, they asked us to find the rank of AB and rank of BA. Now, in order to find out the rank of AB or the rank of BA, you need to find first of all the product of the matrices AB and BA first. So what we'll do is, we'll first of all we'll find out AB product. AB product means since A comes first, so you should write down A matrix first. So it is 1, 1 minus 1, 2 minus 3, 4, 3 minus 2, 3. A product, A matrix and B matrix. 1 minus 2, 3, minus 2, 4 minus 6, 5, 1 minus 1. So if I do the product of these two matrices, orders are same, right? So 3 by 3 is the order. So we can find out the column of the first matrix is equal to the row of the second matrix. So therefore the product is defined. So you can do the product by taking row to column wise, the first row, first column, like that. If you do that, means you will be getting the answer minus 6, 1 minus 2, 28 minus 12, 20, 22 minus 11, 18. So this is the answer that you'll get. You just try the product. This will be your answer. So to this AB, they asked us to find out the rank of AB. In order to find out the rank, yesterday I have taught you the echelon form. Okay. So in that echelon form, the first element, first row, first element should be a non-zero element. So clearly here minus 6 is a non-zero element. So under that non-zero element, so you need to make this 28 and 22 as zeros. So how I can make this 28 and 22 as zeros means, yesterday I told you, if any one exists, if one exists means we must have interchanged the rows, either here or to here. But here I don't have one. So that's the reason I'm leaving this minus 6 as it is. So now it's my intention that I should change this 28 and 22 as zeros. So what can I do is, here this R2 implies R2, here I have 28, here I have 6. So anyway, to make this as to make this particular number as 0, what can I do is, I can multiply 6 here. So 6 times of R2 plus 28 times of R1. Okay, and why? Because 6 into R2, so 6 into this number and 28 into R1. So 28, if it multiplies, here already plus. So this product answer and that plus and minus terms will get cancelled. So that's the reason. And here R3 implies, here R3 it is 22 and here I have 6. So 6, if I multiply here, 6 times of R3 plus 22 times of R1. If I do that, means I can make even this particular term also as 0. So here I am not disturbing the first row. So write down the first row as it is. Now second row, 6 into 28 and 28 into 6, one is plus and one is minus. Sincerely it will get cancelled. So you can take it as 0. And here if I do 6 times of R2, so 6 12s are minus 72. Okay, this is minus 72 and plus 28 R1. So 28 R1 is 1. So this is 28 ones are 28. So if I subtract this, I will be getting the answer as minus 44. So write down minus 44 here. And then here 6 times of R2. So 6 into R2, 620 is 120. And then 28 R1. So 28 into minus 2. 28 minus 2 is 56. Minus 56. So if I subtract this, I will be getting my answer as 64. So write down 64 here. Similarly, now coming to R3, 6 times of R3. So 6 into 22 and 22 into minus 6. Anyway, the term gets cancelled. So I can write down directly as 0. And here 6 R3. So 6 into minus 11. It's nothing but minus 66 plus 22 into 1. So plus 22. So minus 66 plus 22. It's nothing but minus 44. And here 6 times of 18. So 6 into 18. And if I do 20 22 times of minus 2. If I do this plus and minus, if I do means I will be getting my answer as 64. Okay children. Why? Because 18 6 are 98, 6 18, 6 18 is 108 and 22 times of R1, so minus 44. So if I subtract this, I'll be getting 64. Okay, and then after getting a non-zero element just below that two zeros, now I should see the second row non-zero element according to the row echelon form. Why it is called row echelon form is I told you yesterday. In echelon form, we'll be using this row operations alone. We won't be using the column operations. So that's the reason here this is called row echelon form, to find out the matrix. Row echelon form. And then the second row non-zero element exists here. So what I should do is the number below that, I have here minus 44. So this I should make it as 0. So what can I do? It is very clear that R3 implies, if I do R3 minus R2. Why minus R2? I'll explain here. Minus 6, 1, minus 2. Second row I'm not doing anything. So write down as it is, second row. R3 minus R2. So 0 minus 0 is nothing but 0. Here R3 is minus 44 minus R2. So minus of minus will become plus. Okay. So minus 44 plus 44 becomes 0. Similarly here 64 minus 64 also gets 0. So once after getting like this, okay, clearly we got a triangular form. Okay, so I told you know upper triangular matrix. Upper triangular matrix means this is called the diagonal elements. So diagonal elements, below the diagonal elements is, these are zeros, which means it is called it's upper triangular matrix. Okay, so once after getting a triangular form like this, it is in the echelon form. So the above matrix is in echelon form. And then I can write down here how many non-zero rows? Number of non-zero rows. Number of non-zero rows is, here I have two non-zero rows. Okay, non-zero rows we have two. This last row is completely zero row. So I have two non-zero rows. So it is 2. So therefore the rank of AB is nothing but 2. So similarly, I can find out rank of BA. In order to find out the rank of BA, do first of all BA, the product of BA. BA means here B comes first. So you should write down B matrix first. So B matrix is 1, minus 2, 3, minus 2, 4, minus 6, 5, 1, minus 1. This is B into A. What is A? 1, 1 minus 1. 2 minus 3, 4, 3 minus 2, 3. Now, if I do the product, anyway the orders are same, so we can do the product of the matrices. You will be getting the answer like 6, 1, 0, minus 12, minus 2, 0, 4, 4, minus 4. This is your answer if you do the product. Now again here, if you see the second row, it's clearly it multiplies by 2, right? So what we'll do means your R2 implies you can divide by 2. It is very easy that we can divide. Similarly, the R3 implies R3, it's clear that we can divide by 4 because all these are in 4 multiples. So that implies the first row you write down as this. Second row, if you divide by 2, I'll be getting minus 6. This becomes minus 1 and 0. The last row, if you divide by 4, you'll get 1, 1, minus 1. And now, here I have 1, right? So it is very easy if I have 1 in the first row non-zero element. So what I'm doing is, I'm interchanging R1 with R3. Okay, so therefore if I interchange, your R3 row will become R1. So 1, 1, minus 1. Second row remains same and third row will become 6, 1, 0. Now this is the first row with non-zero element is 1. So according to the echelon form or the echelon form, the elements that exist below the non-zero element, non-zero entry. So these two elements I should try to make it as zeros. So how we can make these two elements as zeros is, R2 implies R2 is already minus 6. So if I multiply 6 here to R1, so that minus 6, 6 times of R1. So minus 6 plus 6 gets cancelled. So I can get this particular element as 0. Similarly, how I can make R3 element as 0? So here I have 6. So this is R3. And if I do minus 6 R1, minus 6 R1 means minus 6 into 1. So you'll get minus 6. So 6 minus 6, you'll get it as 0. So we'll do that. So which is equivalent to 1, 1 minus 1. So the second row R2 plus 6 R1, so you'll be getting it as 0. And here R2 is minus 1 plus 6. So minus 1 plus 6, it's nothing but plus 5. And R2 is 0. So 6 times of R1, 6 into minus 1 is nothing but minus 6. Now coming to this R3, R3 minus 6 R1. So R3 is 6 minus 6. You'll get it as 0. And this is 1 minus 6. So 1 minus 6, you'll get it as minus 5. And here it is 0. R3 element is 0 minus 6 times of R1. So minus 6 into minus 1, you will get it as plus 6. Now by seeing these numbers, it's very clear the first element below the elements are becoming 0. Now just check the second row, which is non-zero element. So this is the non-zero element. So try to make under this non-zero element elements as 0. So I have minus 5. So now I should make this minus 5 as 0. How I can make this minus 5 as 0? If I do R3 implies clearly this is minus 5 and 5. So if I add with R2, if I add with R2 itself, my first row remains same, my second row remains same, third row while I am adding with minus 5 plus 5 minus 6 plus 6 all gets cancelled. So I will be getting the third row as zeros. So from this I can say that clearly the above matrix is in echelon form. The above matrix is in echelon form, and hence how many number of non-zero rows? Number of non-zero rows is equal to 2, because I have two non-zero rows. The last row completely becomes 0. So therefore the rank of BA, for BA only we have to find the rank. Rank of BA is equal to 2. Okay.